Hey guys, it's me, Trevis, with another episode of TrevisTries Guessing the Masked Singer. So every single week I've dropped a video you guys have tuned into, and I've been trying to guess, these guys I'm confident on, these guys I don't know, and these guys I have zero idea. I always encourage you guys every episode to comment on the video of who you think someone is. If you think I'm wrong on someone, let me know. Who you think it is, if you think I'm right, let me know. Anything, comments are always open. I love hearing feedback from you guys. A lot of people that I'm thinking of now, my viewers, you guys have put me on, so make sure you guys keep doing that. I love seeing the feedback from these videos as well. But yeah, so make sure that you click the thumbs up on this video and follow and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. But let's go to get started. We get a double elimination last night. Pretty crazy. Those are always my favorite episodes, not because we lose two people, just because they're the most exciting, I think, for me to finally see two people who we were guessing on. So let's just start things off in no particular order. We had the Russian dolls who tried to throw us for a loop this time. They put 4 Russian dolls out there. We're still 100% confident. Not 99, not 98. 100% confident the Russian dolls are the Hanson brothers. They just brought that second doll out there, that did not have any arms, just a doll statue to kind of throw us off and make the judges and us think that there's 4 or more people that are part of this Russian dolls group. So don't fall for it. There's 3 people. It's the 3 Hanson brothers. So we're still 100% on that. Let's move on to the Robopine. I have not had any of you, my viewers, my followers, I have not had anyone comment that I know of. I go back and check again who they think the Robopine is. So last time we watched the Robopine, one of the judges said Terrence Howard, and I said, yes, that voice definitely does match up because he has that, it's not raspy, it's not nasally, but that Terrence Howard voice matched up with the singer who was singing. But this episode, I was listening for Terrence Howard this time, and I said, you know what? It doesn't sound like him anymore. Now that we've actually tried to listen for that voice and try to match the vocal quality, if you will, I don't think it's Terrence Howard. One of the judges said Terry Crews. I know he has vocal ability, to my knowledge, but I don't think that's him. But nobody, and then what was it? Jamie Foxx got voted again that it might be him. So I'm still unsure. I still don't have a vote that I'm even 20% confident on. It could be Terrence Howard, could be Terry Crews, could be any of these people. Please, in the comments, let me know who you think. If you are extremely positive, you know who Robopine is. Let's move on to the Yeti. So the Yeti, after the first episode, the first time we saw Yeti, which was recently, because he was one of the wild cards, we got some clues that they were raised by 3 women, or women in general. There was a clue with that Nick Cannon shirt launcher thing the last episode where it said Aphrodite on it, which symbolized love. And then the only judge that said anything that I was like, okay, maybe that could be it, was a judge that mentioned could be Ray J. But I don't think, it just wouldn't make sense for it to be Ray J. I don't even think they would bring Ray J on the show. Nothing against Ray J. I just don't think that he, I feel like there's a method to the madness on when they select people to be on the show. And I don't think anyone would get excited about Ray J taking off his headpiece and being like, oh, hey, it's Ray J. They'd be like, oh, it's that guy. But this episode that we had last night, they had these clues come out where, what the food they ordered, and there's a bunch of donuts, and they're like, oh, maybe that's an O, maybe that's symbolizing the word O. So we actually had 2. The guess I had before it was mentioned by the judge was, I said it was probably a Marion, and I think somebody in the chat, not the chat, but my comments said that as well. A Marion, which I think I'm going to put it at about 75%. I think it's him. And then another judge said it could be the O and Mario. And Mario is possible as well. I don't know much about either of them recently, because I know when the clues, they talk about their life and everything, and I don't know much about either of them. But in terms of movement, I feel like Omarion makes sense. I feel like it makes sense. And if you don't know if you don't know if Omarion can move or not, go watch You Got Served. He's the main guy in it. It's pretty awesome. So that's who we think it is for Yeti, but I'm only 75% sure on that one. All right, so let's see. Then we also had the Seashell. So the Seashell, I think in my last episode, I talked about the Seashell. I think I put it at 100% sure, but maybe it was 90%, something relatively high. I don't think it was 100% sure, but we were thinking J-Lo the entire time. Not that any of the clues matched up. We just think vocal quality-wise, and the exact sound that was coming out of the Seashell matched exactly almost exactly to J-Lo. So that's what we were thinking on. So I wasn't even like paying attention to clues. I'm like, it's going to be J-Lo. And then at the end of the last clue, before the Seashell sang, there was a picture of Jello. And I was like, oh, Jello, J-Lo. Okay, it's definitely J-Lo. That was my connection. So long story short, at the end of this episode, we did have Seashell getting unmasked. And it was not J-Lo. It was not J-Lo. It was if you guys, I don't know if you recognize her name right off the bat, Tamara. I never say the name correctly. Tia and Tamara, the two girls from Sister show. I guess I don't remember her singing, and my wife said that she sang in the later seasons of Sister, and she had pretty good pipes. But I would have never guessed that. And again, like I said, there's so many celebrities or A-listers, you know, or even B-listers that I don't know anything about their life. So all these clues that are about their life, I can't even pair them up. So yeah, so she was unmasked, and it was not J-Lo, and I was shocked by that. If you were shocked by that, let me know in the comments. If you thought that's who it was before they unmasked, let me know that in the comments as well. I think we only have a few more left here. Give me a second. The chameleon, we're still positive it's Wiz Khalifa. The clues, I don't know much about Wiz Khalifa, so the clues don't really help. But we're still pretty positive after one of you guys in the comments put me on Wiz Khalifa. I started listening for him, and I said, yes, that sounds like it could be Wiz Khalifa. I think somebody else said Waka Flocka, and I was like, nah, I don't think it's Waka Flocka Flame. So chameleon is Wiz Khalifa. I'm going to put that at 95%. 95% sure on that. We also had Piglet, who we were 100% sure, like the first note he sang. I'm a huge 90s boy bands fan, and I can pick out every single person. As soon as they sing, I go, yep, that's that voice, because that's the music I've listened to more than anything. And, you know, when we had Nick Carter on, the same thing. Nick Carter started singing, I was like, that's Nick Carter of Backstreet Boys. Same thing with a Piglet. Nick Lachey, 100%, 110% sure, without a shadow of doubt. We also had the Black Swan. Now, the Black Swan, I think it was somebody that watched this video on YouTube comment that it could be JoJo, who was really popular. I think she had that #1 hit single, I think it was called Get Out, when she was like 13, but that was like so long ago that her voice could change because of, you know, being 20 plus years, and they say something about a family and, you know, kids, and I don't know anything about this woman at all, nothing. But that's the only thing that, like, kind of makes sense when trying to match up the vocals. So we think it's JoJo. If you think it's not someone else, let me know in the comments. And then last, we have the crab. The crab, after the last time we talked about the crab, we said that there's 2 judges that said comments that made sense to us. Johnny Gill and Bobby Brown of New Edition. I mean, Bobby Brown of Bobby Brown, but they started together with New Edition. And I don't know what either of them sound like now, because I don't know, none of them sing. And I know that even though I know Bobby Brown was still kind of young with, you know, when he sang My Prerogative, and then really, really young with New Edition, like all of those voices, of course, changed completely, because those kids weren't even in puberty when they did New Edition. But now they did. Or since they have, I haven't heard them sing, but size-wise, I know Bobby Brown got bigger. I don't know anything about Johnny Gill. Like, if you put his picture with like 100 other people, or even like 2 people, I wouldn't be able to pick of 2 which one Johnny Gill is. I don't even know what he looks like. But Bobby Brown, I know what he looks like, and I know he got bigger, and so the crab kind of had that robust, you know, that chest and those thicker legs. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's him because, you know, he got bigger, but he was part of the double elimination. We lost Seashell, and we lost the crab, which was Bobby Brown. So it wasn't too shocking about that. So it was good seeing him again. But yeah, that's it. So the only one that we're completely dumbfounded by is the Robopine. If you have an idea, let me know. And if you think the Black Swan is not JoJo, or if it's someone else, let me know that as well. But Nick Lachey, 100% Piglet. Chameleon, 100% Wiz Khalifa. Yeti, 60% Omarion. And then we have the last but not least, Russian Doll, 100% Hanson. So help me out on Robopine, please, in the comments. Tell me who you think it is. I cannot figure it out. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Click that like, click that follow if you haven't yet. And I'll see you guys next week for TrevisTries Guessing the Masked Singer. Thanks, guys.